tell me something good. 'Cause I have some things I can rattle off. Paul.
Tell you something good.
Yeah, something good.
Writing 2 listings today.
There you go. Yes, and then Haley on our team closed the deal yesterday, and we got our 1,000 Google reviews back, so that was something good. Freaking Google was playing games with my heart. You guys have Google My Business accounts? Anybody here?
Yeah.
You guys notice they were like taking the reviews and yanking them, and then they were going up and down. I was like, oh my word, what are they doing? I was waking up in cold sweats in the middle of the night. We have them back, and then last tell me something good is last week I shared. I think was it last week I shared? I went on a listing appointment, and the guy for like 2.4 million. He's like, oh yeah, so you're just doing standard 3%, right? I was like, absolutely, we're doing it for 3%. Yeah.
Standard.
Let's go. The standard. There's no standard, but you're right, And so we got that, and then the next day I went on an appointment, and it was a referral from a past client, and $1 million house coming up in Auburn, and he's agreed to move forward at 3.5%. So, guys, just sometimes you got a discount. You got a discount to get the deal done, but there are people out there willing to pay a premium in order to work with you.
Your 3%, what is going, is there a concession to the buyer's agent?
2.5%.
2.5, so it's still three for you.
2.5%. Yeah. Which is
Excellent.
way better than his neighbor. His neighbor in that same neighborhood was offering $10,000 on a $2.7 million house. So he's a little more flexible than his neighbor was. All right. Well, moving on, we got some upcoming events. Anybody else have any tell me something good? All right. So moving on, we have KB Core. We do this every single, well, what do they call it now? Bold Trails. Is what they call it. Alex out there, he does it every single. Yeah, Alex is waiting. So he does this free training every single Friday at 10 o'clock, and he goes over how to generate business using Bold Trails. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's a tool you get with EXP, and so he's generating business using it, and so he shares how to do that as well every single Friday. And then next we have John Sy. He's coming on February 27th. He's flying in
Next week.
Yeah, next week. So if you show up here on Thursday next week, there'll be nobody to talk to. We're all going to be talking. We'll hang out with John Sy at the PCAR. So after the PCAR, it's once a month. So we're flying him in, and he's going to be presenting. And then we will have lunch here afterwards as well. So if you want to hang out with him, ask him some questions that maybe you didn't get answered at the event, just come here. First come, first served on the food. So we try to have enough, but just keep that in mind as well. And then the next is so following John's side, March 6th, we're having Eric Lawfong. He's going to be speaking on prospecting and how to generate more business. He coached Brent Gove. He's a rock star in his own right, and he's going to be presenting on March 6th. And then the following week, we're not going to be here. We're going to be in Cabo. So if you don't have tickets yet to Cabo, highly recommend it. Speakers that are going to be there live and in person include Tom Berry, Pace Morby, Ed Milet, and Gary Brecka. The ticket cost is only $5.97 for the whole week to hear all those people speak. And there's going to be tons of other speakers as well. But these are probably the names, like most of you probably recognize one, if not all of these names. Okay. So it's going to be at the beautiful Hyatt Ziva. Raise your hand if you're, who's going for sure to Cabo? JoEllen's going, Tom's going. Okay, so about half the room. Yo, awesome, we're all going. All right. Well, it's not too late. We'd like to see you all there. And then when we come back, our following PCAR event is going to be Buyer Mastery. So John Sy speaking on how to work with listings. He sold 130, whatever it was, 9 by himself last year. He does have a team, but he sold 139 listings by himself. And then for those of you who are more focused on the buyer side of the business, Colton Whitney is going to be speaking to us about that. That's not till the third Thursday in March. That might be it in terms of events.
This is the one that they wanted us to show too.
Oh, guys, yeah, this is super cool. So Brent is like, one, this is a gorgeous office. We all agree this is a great space. You know, if you want to have 24/7 access to this space and you're not on a team that's already here, only $100 a month. You get a little fob. I have my keys on me. You get a little fob and you can come in, you can print. Like I saw people printing out mailers. I don't know if you want to be doing that on our printer, but they were printing out mailers and flyers and stuff. But if you need open house flyers, it's again, the printing's free, everything's free, the Wi-Fi is free. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to start offering a headshot clinic. So courtesy of Brent Gove, he's bringing in a local photographer. She's phenomenal. She shoots weddings. She does all these great, she flies all over the world shooting weddings. She's gonna be down here and she's gonna be providing headshots. So if your headshots from 1987 and you decide, hey, it's time to update it. You know, if you meet your clients and they're like,
Shade.
and they're like,
Who are you?
and they're like, you know, who are you? Yeah, you're the brother. I went to the Billy Joel concert a while back, and he came up through the floor, you know, played his first song, and he waved his hand and goes, "Hey, everybody, I'm Billy Joel's dad." And so, you know, and so if you look like you might, if your picture looks like, hey, you might be Billy Joel's dad or your own father, then go ahead and get them updated. The cost is $3.99, and this is happening on Thursday, March 27th. So you have plenty of time to plan and get the hair done and the outfit picked out for March 27th. And then I think that might be it. Is that it? All right. So before we move on, next stage of today's meeting, I know Barry had something he wanted to speak on.
Yeah, just a quick little update. We've had a little bit of house cleaning stuff that we need to kind of jump into. And I want to make it come out as good as it can come out. So if you know me, you can come afterwards. If I offend you, then come afterwards and talk to me. I never mean to offend you. Number one is the offices here are for real estate agents to use in order to conduct their real estate business. We've had some people that have invited in like solar teams and other different types of businesses, MLM stuff, solar teams and things like that coming in and using the office space. If you want to set up something as a one-off for one of your clients or something, we might be able to talk about that. But for the most part, the office use itself is for real estate agents that are doing real estate, right? And I don't think I have to spend more time on that. If you have questions about what that means, feel free to come to me and I'll clarify. And then the other one is if you're using an office, if you're just on a Zoom call or something like that, our offices are getting booked up to the max now. And so we're starting to run out of office space for agents who are meeting with people, right? Whether that's meeting with your internal team, whether that's meeting with a client and doing a signing or something like that. So try to, if you can just do on a video call, then use your headset and use the common area. If you're going into something that requires you to have that back and forth, you feel like you need that private space, great. But if you're just on a call that's 2 hours long, agents are probably needing to use that room. And
Like
so,
on a webinar or something.
yeah. If you're on a webinar, you're not hosting the webinar, so you don't have to be talking the whole time, then just use a headset. And because a lot of people, sometimes even if what typically we'll hear is, well, I didn't reserve the room, I'll leave if anybody wants it. They're not going to bother you. They're going to see that somebody's in there and they're just going to keep on walking, right? When they should have had access to that room. So if what you're doing can be done in a common area, do it in a common area.
How do you reserve the room?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know, actually. How do you reserve the room? You go on Brent's website.
You just,
right?
you just come to me, you pay me $20 and I'll reserve the room for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's on Brent's
No.
webpage.
You come to me, I'll reserve it too.
Yeah, it's already, it's already, he'll do it for $10.
And by the way,
Yeah.
we're only reserving the room for 2 hours max now.
There's a 2 hour minimum, so all you have to do is you go to
2 hours
Brent.
max, not minimum.
2 hour max, sorry. People give me a hard time for parking in the 2 hour. I said, it says 2 hour parking. I thought it was 2 hour minimum. That's why I'm there. But all you do is you go to brentgove.com and then you can find on the website
Johnny,
where you can
It's
reserve it.
goveconferenceroom.com.
Or goveconferenceroom.com as well. Gove Conference Room will take you directly to the calendar link. Yeah, all right, thank you. Thank you, Barry, for that.
Yeah, that's all good. Clean up your stuff. When you get done with those rooms, put the chairs back, pick your stuff up, just basic housework.
Basic
Rob
stuff.
doesn't want to do it for you.
Come on.
I won't do it for you. Rob doesn't want to do it.
Fair enough, fair enough. And then for today's lender minute, JJ, guys, I don't know if you heard, but something really bad happened to JJ. He's on vacation in Hawaii. So he's not here today, but we have his lovely assistant, Lindsay. So we're gonna please give Lindsay a round of applause.
Good morning, guys. I a lot of new faces in this room today. I'm usually here at these meetings and know most of you. Seems like there's a lot of new people here today, so I'd love to get to know some of you. With the JJ Mack team at American Pacific Mortgage, we're in-house lender here. I'll pass out some of my cards as well for our team, but mostly just, one of the things I was going to share today, I didn't share it as part of my Tell Me Something Goods, but we closed a loan with Haley, and it was a first-time homebuyer who was 71 years old, buying his first house after the passing of his wife. And it was a very sweet and kind of emotional experience for him. His wife had never wanted to move out of Marin County. They could never afford to buy there. So she passed about a year and a half ago, and he moved up here to Sacramento to be near his daughter, his only daughter. And he's getting the house of his dream. He's ecstatic, someplace to call his own, and he just had written off ever being able to buy a house. And it was a really cool experience. And kind of the moral of the story is that, first-time homebuyers come in all shapes and sizes. They are not just young people getting into their careers and their first home. This will probably be his forever home. It's also his first home. So it was a really cool experience. And we, as the end of this last year, became a preferred lender with the Cal HFA program. You have to do a certain amount of volume with them in order to be a preferred lender. I think it's like 6 or 8 loans every 6 months with them in order to be on their preferred lender list. So we do a lot of those. It can be a great program. And I just say this because it seems to be that a lot of our first-time home buyers, especially with prices, house prices, mortgage, interest rates, loan payments, people are short on cash and they need assistance at any age and in any circumstance. And it can be a really great way. We can definitely help facilitate that. And then also we have one with another agent on your team that we are coordinating down payment assistance with a little bit of a credit to help ease some of their financial costs in that. So lots of ways to structure it. We'd be happy to help with that. If you have any questions or anyone you think fit into that box, we would love to talk with you and your clients. JJ usually has something wonderful and motivational to say. I didn't, that's a little bit more of his forte, but I am in the trenches with your clients, working on their files. Typically their primary point of contact if they're going through a transaction, everywhere from their initial interest through to closing. So I'd love to be a resource for you and your clients. Again, Lindsay Borks, the American Pacific Mortgage, the JJ Mac team.
Thank you, Lindsay. All right, any quick sales tips before we get into our keynote speaker for today. Something that we have been seeing a lot of success with are net sheets. I think they're boring. I don't think they're a whole lot of fun, but they are what clients want. In the living room, they want to know how much money am I going to make off the sale of this home. So if you have the tools, you can provide them with a net sheet on the spot. We use Chicago Title. We have Heather over there who's been helping us. She's actually our neighbor in that building over there. So if you have any questions about net sheets, as far as the listing side or the buyer's side, go ahead and reach out to Heather. Again, they work well for buyers. Buyers are like, hey, what's my payment going to be? What programs? If I do a Cal HFA versus a conventional versus an FHA, what's the payment going to be? You can break that down for them. So if you're meeting them at an in-person appointment or at an open house and they're like, hey, let's actually talk numbers. I want to know what this looks like. Use that. It's a free tool. Doesn't cost you anything. David.
Yeah, I use the net sheet a lot. I don't know if you guys use Cloud CMA.
Yeah.
But after you go through your adjustments on the market evaluation, you can finalize and publish and go back in. And when you go to listings at the top, it'll say, what's your suggested list price? Put that in, and then there's a little drop down that says net sheet. And the items I use is mortgage payoff, brokerage fees, miscellaneous escrow fees. And then I do county transfer tax, which is $1.10 for every 1,000. And then you can look at the city transfer tax, natural hazard disclosure, $99. And then you can do some other little things here and there.
You can tweak it on there.
They always want to see it. So
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
Chicago has an app that really I've used.
The app is fire. Like that's what I use, and I just screenshot and text it to them.
Yeah.
And again, there's 1,000 ways to skin this cat. How I prefer to do it is I keep it vague, because especially if they're interviewing other agents and you come in there and you detail all the different costs and you put in a repair budget of 1%, and then they look at your net sheet and then they look at the other agent's net sheet, they're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna make more with that other agent. So I keep it vague, I keep it simple, and I show the best case scenario for them.
Right.
But again, net sheets work for buyers and sellers. So just keep that in mind. Are we ready for the keynote?
But Johnny, when you say keeping it vague, do you include your what are the things that you put in there to keep it vague?
Trying to see how I show you guys. Basically, what it looks like is it shows the purchase price, it shows their mortgage balance, and then it shows the closing costs. And in the closing costs is my fee, the buyer's agent fee, the title and escrow costs, but it's all lumped together. Because if it's itemized out, they'll be like, you're getting paid $1 gazillion. What are you doing for that? You know, and then it enters in a potential issue
Right.
where there doesn't need to be one. Or I don't want to pay the buyer's agent that much money. I like you, but what if they, you know, so it just removes that from the conversation while still providing them with info.
Just a lump fee. But-
Yeah,
that's fair.
I don't break
Closing,
it down.
what you use it as closing.
Yeah.
Closing costs.
Closing costs. Yeah, it's all just closing costs. So that's my tip. If you guys want more tips, go ahead, reach out to Heather. She's phenomenal and she can get you that app. It is free. There we go.
You need to get a clicker. That's
That clicker.
what-
Next stage. Next
That's
step.
level.
All right, everybody, please give a round of applause to Miss JoEllen.
So I'm a little nervous with all you people here, so all you realtors, but I'm excited to, is it working? I'm really excited to share the Nextdoor app and how I've been able to build a lot of listings and clients in a very short time of moving to Cameron Park. Speak up. Okay. Who here is using Nextdoor app already?
Yeah, I'll say not for business. She just.
Yeah, not for business.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's what most people are doing. They're creeping on there. They're seeing what's going on in the neighborhood. They want to know what the paints are right now, interior design, who has a fence, someone can install a fence, who can do floors. So basically, they're looking for people like us who have all of those in our back pocket. So when you see someone going on there commenting, you can say, oh, I have a floor person. Oh, I have a painter. And now you're getting connected to your community. So I'm JoEllen Brooks. I moved to Cameron Park in 2022, originally from Walnut Creek. Yeah. And so moving to a brand new market, I told myself, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get business? Laid on my floor, did some manifesting, and I just started seeing my signs in everyone's yard. And then all of a sudden I'm like, the Nextdoor app. I used to use the Nextdoor app in the Bay Area, but not for work. Just for like what's going on in the neighborhood, right? I was always positive on there. There was a lot of negative people. Now Nextdoor will send an email to you letting you know to be more kind, more positive, don't talk negative. So they're trying to get rid of all of those negative people there. So I just decided one day to my husband, I'm like, I'm going to start building myself in our neighborhood, getting known as the community leader. So I first started with a purse drive, and on Nextdoor, I said, I'm doing a women's purse drive. Is there anybody that has any gently old or used purses that I could come and pick up? So now I'm getting into their doors, right? I'm picking up these purses. Then I have this huge event and I take a picture of all the purses. A lady from Dress from Success comes over, picks up all the purses. I now get nominated a Woman of the Month that was Women's Month. And then I posted that back in the Nextdoor community. I said, look what we did. And then so I just said, okay, this is what people want to do. So if you're not, so Nextdoor is a community neighborhood app. They're in about 305,000 neighborhoods in 11 countries. They are becoming a very sought after app. Like I said, for looking for recommendations, restaurants, foods, resources, and realtors. So basically you can connect through the Nextdoor app. I'm going to provide an overview of how it works, weasel words, how not to self-promote yourself so you don't get put in Nextdoor jail, because I had to learn all of that. We'll discuss tips on how to use the Nextdoor app and networking, connect with potential clients, building relationships. As you know, this is a relationship-driven business that we're in, and people in the community want to be able to connect. So once you get on Nextdoor, don't be scared to meet friends, because I have a lot of friends now. So next door is where you can connect with your neighbors that matter to you so you can belong. Neighbors around the world turn next door daily and to receive trusted information and get the help and build real world connections. I could go through all this, but it's kind of like the nitty gritty of like how the app was created. And I don't mind sharing my slides with you, but I really want to get in with you on how to build business, how to get 11 CMA requests off of the link and, just the how to lead gen. So you want to build a strong profile for your next door. And so this is a personal and you can create a business. In your personal one, you just want your name. If you're a dog lover, do you love oysters and champagne? Are you a soccer dad, a puppy mom or dad? And you just put all that information. You want to put where you live as well. So keep it simple. You can also put your realtor, put your phone number, and put your address so that, or not your address, your phone number and email so they can get a hold of you. I host local events when I first.
Robin, I apologize. This gentleman here on your right here, what's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Mike?
Mike would be glad to advance that for you, so you don't have to keep stopping.
Oh, you mean move it
Yeah,
for me?
he'll advance it with his finger for you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he'll take that over.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
Yeah, that would help you.
Hit it in the head when you want to.
Okay. So, when I first moved to Cameron Park, I hosted 12 events that were all tied to a charity in the community, which I was able to get noticed pretty fast. But what I wanted to go back to is how I thought about using the next door was because I wanted to become the neighborhood community person. And I had gone to a party one night. I remember we were new, and this lady in front of my husband said, "Oh, JoEllen, I saw you on next door." I had to take a screenshot and send it to Emily. And then I looked at my husband and I winked at him. I said, hashtag next door famous. And then that just became a thing. And I think you all know as energy goes where focus flows. So I put a lot of energy in it and it just comes back. And we all can do this. That's the exciting thing. So this is my profile, sports mom, local realtor, living in Cameron Park. I volunteer for CASA. I'm a Rotarian. And so I just kind of share everything about me. See, can you click the? Yeah, it'll go through it a little bit. If not, you can just go to the next. But yeah, just keep it real simple about you and the things you like to do so someone can get to know you fairly quickly from your profile.
Now, is this a business profile?
Now, this is a personal profile, and then I'll talk about the business profile. So this is all free. So I started this in 2022, never paid for any ads, 0 ads. What I did was I researched Nextdoor and how they were selling the platform to realtors or business owners and how much you would pay for ads. And then I read all the feedback and all the negative. People weren't getting leads. They're paying $300 a month. They're stuck in these contracts. And then I would look at the verbiage of how they were trying to sell it to us. And then I, just understood that and then implemented on my own. So this is, well, let's see. Can we go back? I think let's go to number 6.
Round 6.
Okay. So when I first asked, so I held a lot of these events, but in 6 months from being on the app, I finally decided to ask for the business. And so what I did was I took Tom Ferry's script when you door knock and you ask the homeowner, have you heard a rumor of anybody looking to sell in the neighborhood? Well, I took that information and put it on Nextdoor. And I said, has anyone heard of a rumor of anybody looking to sell in the neighborhood? I have a sweet family that would love to move here. I got into 8 doors and one was a come list me. And remember, I'm paying no ads. And so I'm like, I get over there, I'm gonna do these doors. Most of them are expired. I'm like, oh, I have a house, come check it out. This and that. Okay, great. And I really did have a couple. And then when this one lady said, oh, I want to sell my house and yada, yada. So it was my first listing. She loved me. That house had an assumable loan on it. So I was now able to do some marketing in front of the house, did some video. This house has assumable loan on it. Would anybody be interested? And then I posted that on Nextdoor, the house with the for sale sign. And then next thing you know, I think I got like 15 or 16 buyers. And then another listing of that, $1.5 million.
Let's go.
So it's like you just.
That was on your business page.
That was on my personal page.
Oh,
Yeah, and so with Nextdoor, you want to be very you don't want to promote yourself. You have to use words like, I have a sweet family. Like if I say buyers, I immediately am getting flagged, like they're shutting me down. But if I say a sweet family, or look at this beautiful neighborhood we live in, and it's my listing video. Come have sake and sushi with me. You know, you just have to be very, just kind of like you're just having a party.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, having a party.
That was the eight sellers and 15 buyers over time. That wasn't just from the one post, right?
That was from one.
That was just from one post?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that first, I got that in February of 2023. I've been on it for a year. And right after that, 2 months later, I think I got 4 or 5 listing appointments. I didn't get 2 of them because they wanted someone had been in the area longer, yada, yada. But the matter of fact, I think I got over 18 listing appointments with them in the last couple of years, and I've closed a majority of them. And so now, so here's my purse drive, and then I take all that information, I put it back on Nextdoor. People see me in the community. I was at a Mexican restaurant one night, and they were like, "Are you JoEllen Brooks?" I'm like, "Yes, sir, from Nextdoor." I said, "Yes, that's me. Thank you for everything that you've done in the community." And then he looked at his wife and he said, she's our local realtor. I was like that. And then I was at a gas station one day and I heard someone, ma'am, and I'm like, what? It's like, ma'am, can I have your card? And my card. He's all, yeah, you're the lady from next door. And I'm like, oh, he's like, my mom wants to sell her house. She lives over here. And so now I'm creating fans. Right? So it's really cool to create fans. But so that was the first house that I got. Look how excited I was off Nextdoor. I mean, I'm like dying, right? And people are like, congratulations, JoEllen. And all the neighbors that don't even know me are like bragging on me and like, you know. And there are some negatives, but guess what? When someone talks negative of me, another neighbor I don't even know just says if they don't like it, they could keep going. So people are sticking up for me. This was an event that I did. Like I said, I've done a lot of events. I went to assisted living in the neighborhood and said, I'd like to throw you a party, an event. And she goes, yeah. I go, you handle the guest list. I'll handle the wine and the location. So she's a sales director for non-assisted living. She wants to be in front of people like home health, physical therapy. You know, she has people she wants to network. So I took her outside of her industry or her space and gave her a fresh space. And I want to market with all of those people. And I ended up getting referrals from her too. So the events, the next door and the community, all of it just flows together.
What was the event?
What other events?
Oh, purse drive. So just recently on Valentine's Day, I did a sock drive. So I was collecting socks for 2 months. And then I got the local elementary school, my son's class, to make Valentine's cards and the preschool. So then I went to the assisted living, a different one, and brought them socks and Valentine's cards. And it's so easy. You just post on Nextdoor. I'm doing a sock drive for the seniors or whatever kind of drive you want. Food drive, hats, dogs, whatever it is. And there's so many people that want to be helpful and participate. And also we're taking a lot of things off of their hands that they might not know where to take them. So repurposing it.
So you do new socks or used socks?
Used, yeah, used, gentle, you know, lots of shelters will take them. Seniors are my niche. So purse drive, food drive, sock drive.
Barry, we found that stocks are one of the #1 thing that homeless people in homeless
Yeah.
need. #1.
I do a spring drive at the Cameron Park where the Safeway is, and have my movers help me. And I just let them know we're doing a donation drive. They bring all their donations down, and then we have 3 organizations like hospice or Discovery Store, and there's one other that will just go and take them to. So they come through, drop off their stuff. I have them fill out their information so I could get them a donation ticket for taxes. So I get all their information, and then I'll give them I'll give them a little present too. Yeah. And so now I'm teaming up with the community. So there's a nutritionist shop called Peak Nutrition. So I went to Tara and I said, how would you like to do a community event? She's like, I would love it. And then New Leaf Senior, who's my packing, they made this beautiful banner that we stuck up on the building that people can see. So something that I'll redo again. Yeah, and just getting the community involved too, right? The small businesses, because the small businesses, they need our support too. And then now I'm connecting nonprofit organizations with the small businesses. So it's just become a really large thing. A movement, yeah. Let's see. So this is a lender of mine, and we were doing an assumable loan class to talk about that property that we had.
Playing here, but not there.
So just teamed up with another, local lender with some.
Home Finder Seminar this Saturday, April 1st. And what are we going to cover? We're going to cover all the ins and outs of the process of buying a home, market updates and information.
So I posted that on Nextdoor, and I held that event free at the Rayleigh's One Market in Alvarado Hills in their beautiful conference room. The neighbors are coming. The community. So you can do that. That's fairly easy. I'm a rotier.
So they were okay with you putting that seminar on, because you weren't really talking about buyers. You were
Right.
just saying it's an educational piece.
So there are a few ways that you can post in Nextdoor. Personal post. You can post on someone else's, and you can create an event. So I did that as an event.
I feel like you do have to be careful, because I've posted a few times where I've had clients looking for a special property or have an off market. And other people in the community would be like, watch out, this is a scam, just another realtor trying to take your money. So you just have to approach it the way you're saying. I think.
Exactly, yeah. Very, just more community driven and not self-promoting. And I've tested it out too. Like, I had some buyers coming up and I put, I have some buyers looking for this area. Immediately got flagged. I was like, okay.
When you
You
say
know.
flag, people commenting like
Yeah,
that.
people will like go and flag you, and so then I just rephrased it, and then it was back on. And I have some great information to show you. I mean, just most recently, I think last month, one of the moderators for Nextdoor in my community reached out to me to sell his house.
Wow.
I'm like, you made it. The moderator reaches out to you. So that was really huge. You could go to the next one. So this is just more stuff that it says. Did the free class on downsizing at the assisted living. I brought in New Leaf Senior. They're a great company. If you haven't heard of them, I highly recommend them for packing up your seniors. They're senior move managers, so they're designated in that space, and they're great. We did a Christmas tree pickup. Had my husband pick it all up, put it all back on Nextdoor. I do a Christmas toy drive for CASA, which is Court Appointed Service Advocates that are going to support with children in the foster system. So I'm a big advocate for CASA. This was our photos from the toy drive. That was my first event, handing out ice cream, 4th of July in Cameron Park. Halloween, I made some nice treats. Don't worry about the down payment. That was an event that I created in Nextdoor and held it at the local Rayleigh's One Market. I believe all Rayleigh's do have a conference center, and you just need to get on their calendar and you can book it for free.
Oh,
And then this was I was door knocking with my mentee. We were passing out forget-me-not seeds. Movie night at my house in the front yard, letting people know about the new 55 and older Regency Ranch in Folsom. This little post with the seeds, I'm like, if you see me, open the door. I'm bringing forget-me-nots or honk. And then I literally got a couple of people that called me from Serrano and wanted me to come drive over there and bring them a forget-me-not seeds, and I did. It was so cute. I dropped it off. So let's see, where else? You could keep going. That was me at the Regency Ranch. I got in the pool, posted it back on Nextdoor. I ended up saying, would anybody be interested in taking a tour with me? I have a few people that are already to go. I ended up picking up 3 ladies in the neighborhood and drove them over there to 55 and older and signed them up.
Wow.
I mean, it was so cool. And then now that couple of those ladies, it was funny because one of them, she was like, oh, I'm gonna go trim my lemon tree or something. I'm like, no, you're not. And asked my husband, can you go help Nancy with her lemon tree? He gets there, ends up moving a barbecue down the street to another friend's. But so now I'm just, helping my community and making friends and.
Wonderful. Do you get a commission from signing people up at care homes? or-
So this was actually at like Toll Brothers new build.
Okay. got
But
it. So you
55
did. So you did.
Yeah, but they didn't end up buying, but at least if they decided to, or when they decide to, I'll be able to, get credit. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Joe?
Um,
The question?
Yeah.
The situation with the buyers, we got flags saying, they are buyers for this community. How did you rephrase that to make it work?
Oh, so instead of saying my buyers, I said a sweet family. Yeah, I know a sweet family that's looking to move in the area.
That's
Yeah,
it? Wow.
yeah. I want to say buyers. I said, this one I said, these sweet seller friends of mine love to have pizza on Tuesdays from Papa Murphy's. This Tuesday was a special one. I had the pleasure of delivering them their favorite pizza on the last Tuesday of living in their home here in Shingle Springs. As they're selling their home and moving slow, please help me in wishing them all the best in this new chapter of their lives. That received 5.7 thousand views. So on Nextdoor, you can actually see how many views people are looking, and I'm typically in Folsom, Eldorado Hills, Shingle Springs, Placerville. I saw my sweet sellers. That's just some family stuff. I like to post family stuff. This is a great one right here. So this listing last year, so what I did is everybody familiar with KV Core? Okay, KV Core has a lead engine where you can create what's called a seller squeeze page, and it's actually a home evaluation link. Well, last year I took the home evaluation link and I posted it into Nextdoor. Saying here's a free little tool if you're interested in knowing what your home's worth. Oh, and also let me know, give me some feedback and let me know if it's what you were thinking. Those weren't the exact words. I woke up the next morning to KV4 with 11 requests for CNAs. One was a come list me, 900,000 in Eldorado Hills. I was dying. I used to pay $300 a month for postcards. I maybe got one click. You know how many people, there was like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people that saw that evaluation link. I don't know how many people are actually seeing my card.
Or just end up in the trash.
Or end up in the trash. I mean, so 11 CMA requests. So then I have a follow-up. I wrote them, thank you for doing the home, taking the home evaluation with it, what you thought, yeah, this and that, we're thinking about moving in a couple of years, or we want to move. One lady was like, oh yeah, we're ready to move. I said, oh great. I said, I can send this over an email. I can print it out. She said, sure, would you print it out and bring it over? And we started talking about donations. I didn't even sign the listing agreement yet, and I already knew she had donations. I took the donations down to the center. By the time the next couple of days, I had the listing agreement signed. So,
Wow.
That's cheaper and more effective. Huh?
yeah, I didn't pay for it. Yeah. Now I do want to get back into postcards because I'm pretty well known now on here. So I'm pretty sure that when I get those postcards, they're gonna connect the two. Now it's like gonna be a really warm lead because I'm hyper local marketing through the Nextdoor.
So I'm in an area Loomis, and then that's my area for my network. So I'm getting all the updates, between this road and that road.
Mm-hmm.
Do you set different locations?
Yes. So in Nextdoor, what you can do is, in the settings, it's gonna tell you to follow, what neighborhoods would you like to follow? And then you just click on those neighborhoods you wanna follow.
Okay, and then you can turn off like email alerts.
You can turn off email alerts, yeah. Yeah,
Turn off email alerts in next door.
You don't want to help
Well,
people find their cat.
the thing is, you get a lot of alerts. Like I saw a lost dog in Lafayette. And I followed it, videoed it, said where it was, cross streets, and then now I'm always getting alerts for the Lafayette community. I don't know how to turn it off.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
well, maybe that's a good thing, maybe you need to be in that community, I don't know, but yeah, no. Yeah, you should be able to turn it off, though, it'll ask you how do you wanna get notified in the settings. And you could toggle them off. Yeah.
My brother already is.
So here it is. Good morning, neighbors. If you have ever wondered about your home's value, here's a free tool. You are welcome to use at your convenience. Feel free to check it out. And after trying it, I'd love to hear your feedback. So it's like I'm asking them to help me in a roundabout way.
And
That one actually got 1.2 thousand. That was 11 CMA requests and 1 listing.
But you put that link there but you also changed the photo. That's not a generated
Yeah,
photo
it's
from.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, because it would
Yeah.
pull a different one from
Yeah.
EXP.
And I actually,
That's fine.
I not telling the truth, I actually got 2 listing appointments off this. One was 900,000 and one is 1.95. That's active right now in Shingle Springs.
Wow.
Yeah. From the 11 CMA requests. So if you're a data person. I have
Get on,
1,000
baby,
lives.
all day long.
Yeah, and I used to pay $300 a month for postcards that only went to 200 houses.
And-
Look at this, 1.2 thousand people and I got 11 requests and 2 deals.
And how that works is you put the link, it'll populate the EXP photo or the KV core, and then you just put another one in and delete the other one, right?
Oh, wait, say that, oh yeah, I delete. Yeah, I didn't have, it did, I know what you're saying, yeah, I deleted the other one. Yeah, and you can actually hashtag your KV core link to say like next door, Placer County, however you want it. And, it will say what's your home worth like in Placer. In the seller suite.
For the source, the tag and the source.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can mark all that information.
When you say it'll delete the photo, so when you create it in KV Core, it'll give you a generic photo and you can replace it
Yeah.
with the one you want.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was a nice one. This was that house actually, out of the 11 CMPs, that was one of them to come with.
And
It was
is that a postcard or
Oh,
is
and
that?
this video that I was doing right here was showing me like how I help my clients. I was just cleaning and stuff, and this is how I help people. What was that?
Joel, is that a postcard or is that just for us to see what you did?
Yeah, this is just for, yeah, no, this isn't a postcard. This is just my.
What you're showing us?
Yeah.
I held an open house actually on that one.
Did
Yeah.
Thank you.
At the previous listing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For me, when I listed it? Oh, no,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let's
So I was
see.
like, oh, that's a beautiful home.
Yeah, lots of, yeah,
Yeah.
that's really pretty.
So just to be clear, they let you
I
post
sold
that?
it. Yes, not over asking. Yeah.
So just to be clear, did they let you post that on your personal page, that open house?
No, so how you can get the open houses, this is just, for my presentation.
Okay,
It was my listing pictures though, but for open houses, what you can do is create an event.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and we were talking about open houses.
Right.
So what I would do, in the neighborhood that you're farming, what you want to do is post an event for your open house or your twilight tour. That's what I do. And you're gonna go door knock the neighborhood. Well, if you get a farm list, you can find out what their names are. You could then go into Nextdoor, search their name and see if they're on Nextdoor, and then you can, connect with them. So a long time ago, not a long time ago, actually, within the last year, there used to be a button on Nextdoor that said connect, and you could click it and connect with anybody. I have people from all over the world because I've done so many podcasts. I've been everywhere. So this has been, so I would tell people, go search my name, follow me, and then look what I'm doing and R&D it. Well, like a few months ago, I went to look for the connect button and it was gone. And I was like, what? So I Googled, where's the connect button? They said Nextdoor wants people to be more authentic. And basically, like if you comment on their page instead of, I think I broke it. I think I went and did it. Because nobody else is using this as a high level with, I mean, if you see my DMs, I have thousands of agents like that connected. So I think I did something. Tom Ferry tells me he's gonna connect me with the CEO, but he hasn't yet, so.
So you call that door knocking, going and finding their name. So what would be that follow-up? Like if you door knock and maybe they didn't answer, like how are you authentically connecting with them? What can that picture do?
Yeah, so what I would do was I would search their names. I get my farm list, put their names in there, connect with them, try to send them a DM, a direct message, and then go to their house and drop off my CMA or my flower, whatever I'm doing. Yeah. And then it's kind of like a warm lead when you walk up to their door, they're now going to like, oh yeah, I saw you on Nextdoor. Now it becomes a know, like, and trust. You're hyper local. I think this takes farming to the next level.
What about communities? You only do one community at a time? Or
You can do both communities.
you have to live in that? Like,
So before, now it's just a little different. You gotta somehow be able to message them, maybe through a post if you could, if you're looking for someone specifically. But you don't have to live them, because I'm like following I live in Cameron Park and I'm following Folsom Eldorado, Shingle Springs.
that's what was the last time I looked into it, like 2019, we had to live.
Yeah, and I'm following Rockland because wherever I sell, I try to just, post up and then people see me. Whenever I have an event, I do that as well, because I think also when you do your events, you can put any address or location, so those people are gonna see it. Good for them.
I want to make sure I understood you correctly. When you say doing an open house, you create an event as opposed to posting on your, either your personal or business page. So is the event on your business page or on your personal page?
No, the event is just, yeah, so
It's
you'll,
neither.
you'll be on your personal page and it'll say post. And then it'll say, what do you want to post? And you're gonna say an event.
So you're gonna post an event on your personal page.
You could share.
have to be-
I don't really do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Done that.
In Facebook, you used to create an event or something on your business page and then share it to your personal
Yeah.
page so people can see, well, is that the same in next door?
Pretty much, yeah. Same for now, until they.
Do you only use, is the professional page for realtors and training, and your personal page is basically you involved in the community?
Pretty much, yeah, because I never had a business page until most recently. And now my business page has, I still make sure all my pictures look the same. So I have my open house signs, have this shirt on, you know, everything is green. Everything is just completely branded. So now my personal page has my name, my brokerage, my DRE, has my client testimonials, has my Zillow profile. It has all my listing videos, open house, has everything in there.
That's your professional page?
Uh-huh. And
both of
the reason why I did that too, that's my business page. The reason why I did that is if you're in a business, people can favorite you. And I now have, I think, 69 or 70 favorites as a realtor. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I have the most because not many realtors are doing that.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to have and then not only that, people are gonna recommend you, or you have all your
Yeah.
clients that you've sold to before, go back right now and call them. Hey, can you go on Nextdoor and leave me a review, please? And it'll just,
So is it kind of like a Google My Business? You have your business page. And then it brands over with your personal, so if they're seeing you on personal, and then do you have a link in your
yeah,
bio?
you can, I have a link in my bio.
So they go check out your personal page, or if they see you as a business.
And you can share that to anybody, just text them your link and ask them to leave you a review. Let's see. So that was that house that I sold, my very first one. This was another one that I got and she moved right after that house fairly quickly. This is the 1.95 that I have listed. We're back on market again. Overpriced. It's okay, it came from next door. Let's see. So 13 listing appointments next door in the last 2 years, 7.3 million. Posted 28 events, actively nurturing 5 sellers right now. I just recently got can you go down to page number 28 really quick? Or actually, are you guys hearing about lead magnets? How to create a lead magnet? Okay, so this is my lead magnet. Hopefully you can play it. This one right here, number 22.
22.
Sorry, I'll show you that.
I clicked it. It's clicked out loud.
Okay, let's see if we can play it.
It's playing, but it's kind of slow and reading the
So-
screen here.
So basically what this is I'm asking people in the neighborhood if anybody needs any help with cleaning out their garage. Or maybe I can help you with their closet, purge stuff, take it to donation for you. I'm your buddy. I volunteer in assisted living doing bingos, but I thought maybe I have a few hours to spend here in the community. I got into like 4 or 5 people's homes. And the one lady, I'm getting ready to list her house in the next couple weeks, and we met a year ago. So my lead magnet was I was offering something for free to build community and friendship, and then ultimately turns into that. Well, now we're good friends.
That one, they needed somebody, they're gonna look for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna sell and buy with me. And then she's a raving fan. whenever she sees anybody looking for a realtor, she's dropping my name constantly. Sorry.
So today I have some clients on a new listing of mine. I brought handyman in. I want gravel going down the right side of their house, and then underneath their deck, it just goes from steps to a little cement pad. But they have a long yard and goes down to the river, so there's no walkway to these little steps. So I brought a handyman in, got some quotes. We're like, we just don't have. So I'm like, drop the gravel, I'll do it myself. So I'm gonna wheel all the gravel down in the next day or two.
And you're gonna film all that, and you're gonna post it on.
I'm just asking, how would you suggest? If you were to just do this, how would you suggest? This? Like, how would you post it or document
Yeah,
it?
so what I would do is set up my camera, take pictures of what I'm doing, and then I would say, you don't want to hurt the client that she couldn't afford it, but I would say I was so out.
Stepping in with.
Yes,
stepping in, getting my hands dirty, clients care, or, you know.
Yeah, my sweet seller.
Yeah,
My
do you
sweet
use the
seller.
term seller or client?
Besides
Your sellers
speak.
are free off,
Yeah.
They are sweet. Clients
My sweet
become,
seller.
client-
I
was
know,
able to do
right.
when I
it.
first worked with them, I thought they'd just be friends. They're more than friends, they're family.
Now, do you use the terms client or seller?
I did do it with, yeah, sweet sellers,
So
you
that
know.
doesn't get tagged.
No, it didn't get tagged because, I think I'm not saying, it's the way I was bringing the pizza. You're taking care of somebody in the community. You have a sweet seller that you're helping that couldn't do the work, but I will do it. This is what I love to do. This is how I help my community.
She
Use that
also,
word
she
too.
also used the word friend with it too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
Sweet seller
Yeah.
friend.
I think
I'm helping out my friend.
the algorithm bots get
Yeah.
twice.
I think
Sweet sellers.
As realtors, would you agree? We always post things that are like quick and easy. So it's like off-market property in Loomis.
Yeah,
If
none
you're
of
looking-
that.
That's like a ad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you getting out there, showing the work and putting the story behind it,
Yeah.
you're gonna get tons of hearts.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna start building fans.
And then do you just do that one or do you,
You keep doing it.
no, for that one? So for the gravel, or do you kind of circle back and make like a little series out of it or?
If you want, you could do that, but you also wanna make sure that whoever leaves you messages, you're engaging with everybody. You know, and then also you should bring the handyman in who helped you, or did you bring someone else in?
Yeah, I brought the handyman.
Give him a shout out. Hey, thank you, so-and-so, teamwork, love our community, we were able to help my sweet seller. You when she couldn't, you know what I mean?
Sweet seller, she's getting ready to go on the market, she's getting ready to sell her home, something like that.
Helping prepare my sweet seller to make her next move.
Then you could show the progress.
Help it, not like,
Yeah.
not helping my seller sell her house, but helping my sweet seller.
And
make
they
her
have
next
dogs, so I want to kind of get rid of them. So anyone need a dog?
move. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, my,
What
you
kind
know,
of dog?
yeah,
Now these dogs, are house prices.
yeah. So yeah, that's how you do it. You just kind of, your storytelling.
You're a wordsmith, I love it.
Then you're gonna be hit up for landscaping.
I'll give everyone an idea. I heard it in a presentation a long time ago. This realtor rents a big dump trailer, or you know, the big
Yeah,
shipping containers.
Yeah, yeah.
And he'll do it like twice a year and he'll bring it into a neighborhood that he farms or that he lives in
yeah.
and drop it and then have like a little banner on the side that says like your neighborhood.
Mhm.
And then he just messages everyone, could do it through this really well and say, hey, this Friday, come bring your trash, clean up your house. And then he's just there helping.
And that's what I do too,
Yeah.
but it's not about by myself, it's who can I do it with? Not the how can I do it, who? Who
So
am I
like a
gonna do
local
this with?
business.
Yeah, local
like-
business, like my moving companies, my donation companies, I get them all involved. If I'm giving them business,
That's-
you better believe they're giving me business and they're supporting what I'm doing. 100%. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Whoever you bring in with you, make sure to give them a shout out because now you're giving him notice too.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
eventually he's gonna, you know what I mean? Share the love. Yeah. That's it.
Which one?
Let's see, where are we at? Okay, so that was the lead magnet. We can go to the next National Neighbor Day. That's just something fun. The next one. I do porch Halloween contests where people decorate their porches, Halloween, festive or fall, and then we go around and pick the winner out of 3. So it's funny, and we give them gift baskets. When I say we, it's like me and my daughter, or maybe a lender that I'm teaming up with. And the next one, just fun posts like this. What is it? What are you making for dinner tonight? I'm looking for some great meals. This will get you a lot of views. It'll get you a lot of comments. People will just start engaging with you. 4.4 thousand people saw that over what are we having for dinner tonight? No, you know, so it's like, how can I not go to Safeway in Cameron Park and not get noticed? There's no way. There's hasn't come 19,000 people.
You posted it at the hour where everyone's hungry, you know?
Yeah. This was really nice. Something nice happened to me. I forgot my wallet and some lady like literally paid for me at the store. So I posted that, how I love our community. Just, you know, kindness is the golden chain in which society builds together. So it's showing my character and who I am. And people are saying it's because you're so good to people that you're getting it back and those all those nice comments. What's the next one? Oh, this was 29 neighbors engaged in this. It was raining and there was a song that came to my head. Here comes the rain again. And what is it? And then everyone else started chiming in with what they We're thinking about 2,000 views. As you can see, I'm excited about next round.
You had me earlier when we were talking about the 11-1.
Yeah.
That was great. You lost me at the rainy.
Yeah, this is just getting people to like engage with you,
Yeah.
get to know you.
Well,
Yeah.
and I feel like
Yeah.
there's a gentleman that teaches on IG and he says that you wanna have value-driven Facebook stories,
Yeah,
and then life events, like what you're involved in, like walking my dogs or bike riding, smoking cigars, or
Play with him, man.
so if I bring it up, you'll think of me and give me another. You know, mountain biking or whatever it is.
yeah, it's like the 80-20 rule, right?
And if they see what you're doing and then they check out your feed next, and then your feed's only this just listed, just sold, it looks like an ad.
Yeah.
They're not gonna engage, but what you're doing is doing lifestyle.
Yeah, they see, I'm lifestyle, they see that I'm a hard worker, give back to the community.
About how much time per day does it take you to kind of do all of the feedback, you know, and make sure you're engaging in all of that?
A lot, I usually check it twice a day though,
Okay.
maybe in the morning and then in the evening. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, but I gotta get that in there, you know, I'm kind of behind in getting my Valentine's stuff and yeah, so you just do it, but you want to be intentional. You really want to be intentional. I'm very intentional. Like I'm really putting my whole soul to this.
So you wear green most of the time, right?
Yeah, I was gonna wear black today. My husband's like, you want to wear your lip green?
So I think that is a huge thing. You're saying, I put my heart and soul into it, and you're changing what you wear because of it. And I just think that a lot of us, myself included in real estate, we think we're committed. We're not committed. That's committed.
Thank you.
And you're getting the results from it. And that's awesome. I really love
Thank
that.
you. Well, thank you very much.
Has this become your primary way of marketing?
I would say so. Yeah, these DMs are like gold to me when the moderator DMs you or someone else or, you know, Instagram now I'm starting to get a little bit more on Instagram and Facebook, which has been nice, but this has been my yeah. And I'm out in the community. I also host my own networking events every month on Tuesday. It's called Foothill Fusion and it's for all people in different industries getting together. So Foothill Fusion, it's collective of anybody and everybody.
So if somebody's taking all this information, excited to get started, would you recommend how small or how big should they start with?
So I would just start with, you know, what you're having for dinner or breakfast, or if you have an animal, people love that.
Neighborhood or like a city or?
Oh, I was just starting your neighborhood. Yeah, definitely. We all live in neighborhoods where we can sell. We don't even need to go outside of our neighborhood.
Yeah, you're doing all of this primary focused on one neighborhood, small in Cameron Park. You don't don't recreate this in every town.
No, but I've sold in every town, pretty much. Rockland, Roseville, Folsom, everywhere.
Would you recommend that people start in their own neighborhood?
Yes,
that they live
absolutely.
in?
That was my whole thing when I moved to Cameron Park.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get known just right here. I don't even need to go anywhere else.
But is that what you're posting all this is in your neighborhood?
Yeah, but Folsom, because I have such a big following now, like,
They see it.
and you know what's really cool one time too, is it carried over to a Facebook group chat because somebody was looking for a realtor in one of the Facebook group chats for El Dorado County, and one of my next door connections dropped my name. I was like, that was awesome.
So you've gone deep in this community and now it's branching out.
Yeah, it's branching out. Okay, let's see what else is, so this is really nice. I just got this recently. This is a gentleman in Jingle Springs. I am looking for an experienced realtor with knowledge of high-end rural areas. I have raving fans that have dropped my name. I interviewed twice out of 3 other agents and I won the listing, $2.4 million.
Let's go.
But so the first person that dropped my name, I didn't get a picture of it. He's actually a landscaper that just did work on one of my other listings. He was the first one, and then my clients followed. 25 page visits, that's the personal. Do's and don'ts, engage in the community, actively participate in discussions, events, group related. Share local insights, like what you know what's going on. You can put some real estate market statistics in there. You know what I do too lately? I've been taking Ryan Lindquist stuff and put it into Nextdoor. So he's an expert 100%, and he's an appraiser. He's not a realtor. So that's been really good. I do that for my market updates. provide valuable information, don't excessively promote, don't mislead, don't spam, don't troll, don't bypass local guidelines. And privacy violations, that's just all pretty standard. And remember, the key is to establish yourself as the valuable and trusted member in your community, rather than just a realtor. This can help you build credibility for your next door presence. Yeah, so. Any more questions?
That's great.
It was.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, I love to think that we need to get to EXP and do this as a breakout for EXP Comp. So I'm working with the EXP Senior Network there. I've been on their podcast for a few times now, and I had a booth last 2 years ago. So hopefully we can get this as a breakout, because this is not being talked about. This is how we can farm, become hyper local in the neighborhood we live in.
But it's not about sales.
It's
This
not
is
about sales.
about heart and soul and community.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's so easy to do it, and it's not, we don't have to do it alone. We are such collaborators that we just bring somebody else and say, hey, do you wanna go do this? Hey, do you wanna do this? You know, partner up.
I was really hoping to see that St. Patty's poster on there, you know? With the color.
That's coming next. That'll be next.
We're lucky to have you as our next. Well, everybody, I hope you had fun today. We're gonna be at PCAR next Thursday. It's gonna be another great event. We're bringing John Sy out, and we'll see you next week. Bye online.